Rain lashed against the windows of Hotel des Brumes, drowning the town of Chambéry in a rhythmic, suffocating roar. Gihan stood alone behind the mahogany reception desk, her fingers tracing the jagged edge of the key labeled 27. The owner had departed hours ago, his pale, thin lips curving into a warning that still echoed in the empty, shadows-filled lobby. Never enter room 27. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and impending dread as the storm outside grew more violent, sealing her fate within these walls. At precisely 2:17 a.m., the rotary phone shrieked, piercing the silence. Gihan lifted the receiver with a trembling hand. The line hissed with heavy static before a voice, thin as dry leaves, rasped a single plea, "Help me." The call originated from the forbidden room 27. She did not hesitate. Grabbing the brass key, she sprinted up the spiraling staircase. The corridor floorboards groaned like dying men under her boots. She stopped before the door, which was already ajar, the air inside tasting of ozone and ancient dust. A man sat on the edge of the velvet bed, his silhouette flickering against the moonlight. This was Elliot. He stood, his movements fluid and unnatural, eyes reflecting centuries of exhaustion. "You have walked into a cage," he whispered, his hand hovering inches from her face. Gihan reached into her bag, slamming a stolen ledger onto the nightstand. It revealed the owner's crimes, a list of stolen lives and watches. Suddenly, the owner burst in, a heavy iron poker in his grip. He lunged at Gihan, but the room erupted in fury. Furniture levitated, slamming against the walls with deafening force. The windows shattered inward as the temperature plummeted to freezing. Elliot lunged through the owner, a surge of cold energy tearing the man's grip away. The owner collapsed, his face twisted in a silent scream as shadows detached from the corners, pinning him to the floorboards. The cycle of theft and murder was finally broken by the ghost's righteous rage. By dawn, the police cordoned off the hotel. They found the owner catatonic and Elliot's remains hidden in the crawlspace. Gihan stood in the doorway one last time. The room was bright now, the weight of the afterlife replaced by stillness. Elliot stood by the window, his form turning into motes of dust. "Love changes form," he murmured, before evaporating into the morning light. Years later, when the rain falls, Gihan feels a sudden warmth on her shoulder. A phantom weight that stays for a heartbeat. She looks at the empty space and whispers, "I know." The silence is no longer heavy.